7th, 2014. Can you believe it's been 13 years since the Twin Towers were attacked? That still hurts to see that. That image of some of those people, what happened to them and how they solved their immediate problem. Haunting pictures. We had a trading range day today. Didn't have much news to work with. It was also roll day in the E-mini from the September to the D's contract. That usually brings a trading range day, and that's what we had, minus the any news to drive the market. So we came in basically wanting to sell the 85 area. Two possibilities for the first trade out of there. This is the trade that we talked through. Cover point was 80.5. The expected return on our methodology is 3 points. We wanted to buy 75, 77s. Didn't quite get there. We had a retest of this low. Set up nicely. Here's leg one. And what's really interesting right here is that you got this mode mean flip. And you have short covering. And right here, on this bar, it goes to the buy side. So you could have been long in the 78.5, 79 area. That's leg one. This is leg two. Right here's a beautiful short that does not develop. You're short in the 84.75 area. Retest that low. Out for a scratch, maybe make 2 ticks. Another retest failure. You're short in the 84.75 area. And again, the same, the trade doesn't develop, maybe make 2 ticks on that. Market comes up, heads lower, so this is your sell, you're short in the 85 area, and the market eventually trades down to 81. So this was the called trade. We wanted to be short 84, 86. We wanted to be long 75, 77. We got close to it. So these are the two trades that we should concentrate on. This is chop, and it happens as the market tries to trade higher. So we had a pretty good day in the E-mini, all things considered. Looking at the F1 screen on the E-mini, and we do our analysis every day exactly the same way. We rolled today, so it's not really, we're not going to get a lot of help from this chart. It's going to show a lower high and a lower low, but that's not really the case. So if you add 10 points to it, you can see that we're still inside of our trading range here. This one would say find a place to sell it. So you're going to look at the F2 screen, and this is where we have to go today to get the information to make the proper assessment, the F2 screen. And it'll be on the shape of the distribution on the profile. And you can see right here that we're dealing with a P. So we're looking for higher prices. We want to get long to see if we can, basically close the gap, that 10-point gap that we had. So the last rotation down was stopped at 81 and stopped at 83. So our buy zone is 81 to 83. And then back to 76, 78 for buy 2. On the sell zone, I think we're headed higher. So we've got volume right here that can pull us up. So 89, 91 will be sell 1. And then the preferred sell area, taking advantage of this volume right here, will be 94, 96 for sell 2. Still see that we're in the trading range. Now we have news tomorrow, and this news, if as forecast, is supportive. So it'll be out early. Retail sales right now is called up 0.6. X auto +3. X auto and gasoline +0.4. So it's showing growth. And the financial meme right now from the Fed and other people that forecast is modest to moderate economic growth. Kicked in the second quarter. We also have import-export prices. No one will pay any attention to that. Then we have Michigan sentiment above last month at 83.5. So first news take is going to be retail sales ex autos at plus 0.3. We'll take a look at that in the morning. Then the second news focus will be 83.5, and it's positive for the indexes, not so for the financials. So that's it for the E-mini on the close of biz, at least the day session on the financials. Okay, this is the end of the auction this weekend. All the auctions were good, and were they good because of the Fed and aggressive? I mean, I don't know. That's would be the prime suspect, in my opinion. The guys have no risk in their trading. So we've broken support right here. So we got pretty good resistance at 24.24 up to 24.28. And as long as we stay below this 24.28, this market can trade lower. We've got this low volume number at 25.5. So I'm looking for a trading range day tomorrow. It's settlement day. You've taken the primary dealer component of the market and the cash treasury buyer out of the market. And those are two huge components of the market. And that usually yields a pause day. Longer term, I think we're headed a bit lower, and you ought to pick a trading target. It's going to be 23.24. Let them get stops beneath that low right there. Inside day that says trading range. Looking at the F2 screen. Really looking at a D pattern. TPO is leaning a little bit to the B side, volume leaning a little bit to the upside. So that has trading range written on it too. Selling failure to take out 16 to 20, I think, is the obvious trade. The buy really is at 9 to 13, based on the idea that we're going to have a sideways day. So that's going to be buy 1. Buy 2 is going to be 1 to 5. I think longer term I'm on the sell side right now, unless we get some obvious news or some help from the E-mini. So selling failure at 16 to 20. And on the buy side, 9 to 13 and 1 to 5. Okay, the knob spread came in more today. The spreaders are telling us that the financials are headed lower without a change in the news. And when you read the financial press, everybody's talking about the increase in interest rates. That's really, really going to be hard for the Fed to do. Taking direct support away from the market's not so difficult, but increasing interest rates is really, really tough. So we're dealing with a B pattern. We want to be sellers, so maybe a little lower, 29 to 01 for buy 1, and then 21.25 for buy 2. If it weren't for the fact that it's settlement day and Friday, I would be just looking to sell. Last rotate up and in period stopped at 10, K period stopped at 12, J period stopped at 15. So selling failure to take out 10 to 15 is the trade in the bond. And the news of as forecast is a negative for the financials. Okay, gold. We've got a new trade target lower in gold. We've made 12.17, 12.20. Multiple splits right here. Everything is pointed lower. So we've rejected prices. We've been trading for a 12.35, 12.38. We got it. Looking at the structure, got a low volume number at 48, kind of coming right through this area. Got this low right here. We got a C period high here. So this 48 to 52 is prime sell territory. You saw how crude took off and ran today. Gold can do that too, but I think it's based on the fundamentals, gold's a little bit easier to read than crude. So last rotated in period stopped at 41. Last hour trading we had a sell 40 to 42. B period's high is 45, 46. So this 43, 46 is sell 1. 49 to 51 is sell 2. Support is at 35, so 35, 37, buy 1. If we break that, we're going to make it 25, 27 for buy 2. If the selling starts, I believe it'll start in London tonight. Okay, crude really ran today, and I missed my call. This is one of those days where I don't get the direction right. It's been straight up all day long, but you don't need my calls to be successful trading crude either. And we don't put as much stock in that call as we do in some of our other markets. I have no idea why the market took off and traded the way that it did, but it certainly has. You can point... I think if you're looking at the macro picture, things have deteriorated in the Ukraine. That's a natural gas play. I also think that with Britain and Germany opting out of attacking Syria, that was increased the tensions. And what are we going to do with ISIS? How are we going to stop them? And training the Kurds how to be a professional army, that takes a hell of a lot of time. We've had 10 years plus, 13 years plus in Afghanistan. We sure as hell haven't done it there. We were in Iraq from 2003 till a couple of years ago. We didn't do it there, so how are we going to... We got better material maybe with the Kurds, a more dedicated fighter because they know what happens to them if they lose, but that does not happen overnight. So right now, based on the world's reaction to Obama's speech last night, they're saying that chances for war, chances to interrupt the Iraqi crude flow are higher than they were yesterday. So who knows? Pretty clean break up here in the market at 93.75 to 94. So this is prime sell territory. That would allow them to get stops above this value area high. So 50 to 75 is sell 1. 94, 94 and a quarter is sell 2. Playing for them to get stops above this close right here. On the buy side, first buy is going to be right in this area right here. So this 50 to 75 is going to be buy 1. And then basically 92 for buy 2. But a strong market to the upside, no specific piece of news to tie to it. Your guess is as good as mine, but I would just think that the big players out there see and higher odds that maybe ISIS can take the Iraqi crude oil, interrupt that flow. That's a swag, by the way. Hey, by guess or by golly. Okay, looking at the euro, pretty obvious why Germany did not want to retaliate and join the coalition to attack Syria, which is a Russian puppet state now, and really in the truest sense of the word, like back in the Cold War. You have to really, I've always wondered why Russia would allow Iran to get nuclear weapons, and why Russia's down there arming and helping these militants when they get attacked regularly in their capital, Moscow. But they've chosen to go that route. I mean, if anybody would want to be stopping the bad guys, it would be Russia. Russia, has had a policy of burn it to the ground. They've been brutal in trying to suppress that. They failed in Afghanistan. They failed when it was just them, not an elected party in Chechnya. But here they are backing a lot of the bad guys in the Middle East, and they're leading the way right now. The United States isn't, so people are paying attention to them. So Germany opted out of bombing Syria for the right reasons. Russia might cut off their natural gas. Okay, last rotate up on this contract was 33, 31, 33, 35, so we got resistance at 35. The L period high is 43. We're at 23, so 35. I'll just make it 30 to 40 will be sell 1. 50 to 60 will be sell 2. On the buy side, we're going to make it 29 plus or minus 5, and then 28.75 plus or minus 5. I think the market is headed lower. Europe has problems with Russia. Europe has problems with the supply of crude oil from the Middle East. That's all I have. I will see you all bright and early in the morning, 6:45 Central. Y'all have a great evening, and we'll finish off the week by shaking the CME's money tree one more time. Y'all have a great evening. Mañana.